Oh, good morning, everyone. Unfortunately, we're starting this one off with some bad news. You've probably heard me say a million times if you're a follower of this channel that one of the worst things you could do to a pet of yours is try and breed it because of the consequences that could happen. Well, I'm here to give you another story of that exact thing happening, unfortunately. So let's talk about it. So, as you know, one of the things I do to help facilitate breeding around here is do some temperature cycling. And here in Sacramento, it gets a little bit colder than I would like. Even with heat elements on and everything down low, it still gets a little colder than I would like in this room at night. And unfortunately, a few of the animals have shown me just that. One of the animals is the one who just passed away, and it was a farm hatched poplar carpet female that I got about 6 years ago from Dan Malary of DM Exotics. Raised her up from a little neonate. And I want to tell you a little bit about where I think I went wrong, because this is all my fault. I got her when I was feeding very differently, and I do firmly believe that I fed her up too large, too fast, too young, and that puts a lot of strain on them physically. I did breed her at 4 years old, and then gave her last year off, and then was trying to breed her this year. So everything that's happened has been as a result of me trying to breed her. So unfortunately, lost her yesterday, came back from work and she was gone. I was planning on doing a little bit more treatment. I knew she was under the weather, but I didn't know she was that far gone. So unfortunately, that's the nature of this game sometimes. So I would be remiss if I kept that from you. As you guys know, I am very much transparent and authentic with what's going on around here. So yeah, that's what's up with that. In other news, Fluffy is over here. The male is not with her currently because he's actually down with Oracle. And he instantly went into her hide, as you guys saw last week, and they're still together. So I think she's a little restless. I don't know if she's just looking for suitable nesting sites or what, or if it's just morning cruising. But I'm going to leave Oracle and the male together until I see them separate, or give them a few days and then try and get him in with her, because both of them have follicles, and I'm throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. So we're going to try. But yeah, the breeding season woes never end. Every year it's always something. So just got to remember that with the lows come the highs. I'm sure some of you are thinking, well, hey, if you were just talking about breeding and the problems that could come with it, why are you trying to breed these, and do you expect problems? I don't expect problems. I expect a lot of failure and just not getting anywhere. Like last year, got some follicles, but that was it. So they're a tough species to breed. I don't think I have to worry about something that happened with that poplar carpet. Right now, my focus is just trying to breed them, honestly, and figure them out. But I think if it was just a little bit warmer in here overnight, not hitting like the mid 60s, which is a little too cold for what I want for some of these animals, then it probably would have been avoided. But you never know. Stress of breeding, compromised immune systems, anything can happen, really. So that is the downside to breeding. The other thing I wanted to show you guys before I picked up this camera, and my ADHD made me forget, but I wanted to show off what my wife has done with our ball python in the living room, because he's gotten a nice big perch all the way across. He's got another one back there. He's got a stick right here that is on the ground, multiple hides and everything. And I've had people on the internet tell me it's horrible and I'm an animal abuser for this. Yeah, whatever. But here's some cool shots of him using it last night. The lighting is terrible, but he came out and was all over it. It was super sick to see. You give a snake a stick, they're going to climb it, even a ball python. Firm believer in that. Just thought I would share. Pretty cool. So I know this vlog has been kind of random. We started off morbid, going into an animal passing away, and starting off really somber, and then switching over to how cool my wife's ball python enclosure is, and what she's done to continuously hook them up and give them things to use and interact with. So we've kind of gone low, high, and there's not really any congruency. But I was thinking about this some more, and I figured to tie it all back in, the reason why I wanted to tell you all about the woes of breeding like this is not only because it's something you should be prepared for if you want to get into breeding reptiles, but it's also something to consider when things are good. You know, we never expect animals to pass away, and we never expect the unexpected, essentially. So anytime I breed a pair of snakes, it's because I'm excited about the end result, and I generally try to keep a pair of those offspring back for myself, just to enjoy. You never know if they make a better version of the parents. It's wonderful to see the similarities, see the change, see the difference, and kind of get to keep a little piece of that legacy with you. Unfortunately, because that female passed, I'm not going to be able to see what she can produce this year, which is really sad. And it's sad that she's gone. She's beautiful. Really love that snake. Fortunately, as luck would have it, I still have a pair of her offspring. And this one female that I wanted to share, I've shared before, but she's exceptional. And I almost sold her, believe it or not. She was spoken for a minute, and then things changed, and she is still here. She's a little bit darker than she normally is right now, because as you know, poplin carpets love to fire up and down. When they're resting or cooler, they're a little bit darker. But this girl has orange that goes all the way up to her back, just like mom. Almost no black. You get up to the front, it's a little bit darker. They kind of two-tone, that's normal. But this snake, in the middle of like the day, when she's active and fired up, is screaming orange and is very reminiscent of mom, but maybe even a hair better in color. And I don't know, we'll see. But I'm excited to watch her grow up. She means even more to me now that her mom has unfortunately passed, but it is what it is. So I guess the lesson here is always hold back more than you think you need, because you can always change your mind and rehome them or sell them later. But if something happens and all of a sudden your coveted male breeder or a beautiful looking female that you wanted to replicate passes, you want to have those holdbacks in hand, just in case. If your plan is for doing any line breeding anyway, or at least just keeping their genetics alive. So it is what it is, but just a little more food for thought on the breeding angle of things. So that being said, keep holdbacks more than you think. You can sell later if you change your mind or plans change, but you don't want to be caught without anything to show for your work. If an animal passes, keep holdbacks. That's all I can say. You never know what you're going to get, and you never know what's going to happen. That's the reality of working with animals. So on that note, thank you for hanging out and watching. Be sure to go check out my sponsors. Check out Reptile Husbandry Designs. The rebrand is complete. The website is up. RR10 will get you 10% off any orders at checkout. Go check them out for your 3D printed snake husbandry, perching, furnishings, all sorts of good stuff. Don't forget to check out Reptiles Express if you want to ship with the best. Get some discounts on shipping using code Riley50 to get you 50% off the traditional FedEx rates, up to 10 labels per customer. Won't find a better deal anywhere. If you're not a member of USARK and USARK Florida, go change that. I've got all the information below. It's really easy. You can become a free member, or you can even sign up to donate as little as $5 a month. Your membership really makes a difference. Trust me. I'm going to keep beating that drum forever. It's worth it. They do so much for us in the legal sphere of things, and a lot more is going to be coming. So we're going to need all the help we can get. And last but not least, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to be a supporter, join the Discord, get discounts on merch, early access to babies, things like that. We do have a Patreon here. Just look me up, Riley Jimison on patreon.com. And with that, we are going to leave you guys. Catch you next time. Peace.